Hey guys, it's me, Christina from Rocket Pig Games. I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself to those of you who may not know me or be familiar with Rocket Pig Games. I figured this was a really good time to do it since we have a new Kickstarter right around the corner and it's going to be a pretty big deal. So, as you may or may not know, about a year and a half ago we had a very successful Kickstarter for a Tilescape modular building system, and it was called Tilescape Dungeons. Now within that Kickstarter there were many different levels for backer rewards and lots of core sets and add-on sets, including some of our giant creatures and really exciting terrain. All of that terrain has been since fulfilled long ago, and it's available in our store at www.rocketpiggames.com. If you go on our website, you'll see that I have links to all of our social media. We have a Twitter account, which is Rocket Pig Tweets. We have a Facebook account under Rocket Pig Games, and that's where I do most of my updates for our fans. So if you're not following us on Facebook, you really should do that if you want to keep informed of what's going on in our little world. So once you get to our website, you're also going to want to sign up for a newsletter. If you hang around on our home page for about 5 seconds, there'll be a pop-up where you can sign up for the newsletter. If you don't want to hang out on the home page, you can go to the Spotlight page. And there's a little box at the bottom left where you can sign up for the newsletter. We try to do one once or twice a month, and it'll have some updates about what's going on in our studio, some updates on the Kickstarter that's coming up, as well as a free STL file just for our newsletter subscribers. We don't release it anywhere else, so it's a great time to get in it since we just started. And we've only had 2 newsletters out so far, so try to get in on it right from the beginning, and you'll get the most from it. Now, one of the most exciting things that we have going on is our transition from our original Tilescape to Tilescape 2.0. Now, I know other people had drastically changed the way their system works, and I never wanted to do that. I always wanted to be able to improve, but not have to make people reprint things that they've already printed, because that's a lot of time and money. We all know that 3D printing is slow, and people put a lot into it. So I didn't want to make you start from scratch with anything. So our new system only does one thing, but it does one thing that's really an improvement as far as I'm concerned. And that one major thing that I'm talking about is it removes our removable base system, so the frame that you would have to print separately is no longer there. We have incorporated it into the tile. So now it's all one piece. So that makes it a little bit easier for you guys, a little more streamlined process. That's not the only change that we have for Tilescape 2.0, but it's probably the most noticeable when you're setting up your files to print. And it also makes it easy. We still have the link, and they still go together really nicely. Very secure system. That's one of the really nice things about Tilescape, is that you can put a whole big chunk together and move it around with ease. It's a very solid, tight system. Some of the other updates I'm not going to get into yet because I have not yet released what our next Tilescape Kickstarter is about. It's still a big secret, so this is kind of a little sneak peek without saying too much or getting into too many details. But you're really going to like the next Kickstarter. You're in for a big treat, and there's a lot to it. There's a year and a half's worth of work put into this Kickstarter, and we keep putting more and more into it without changing the price point. So you're just getting more and more. We just keep on finding things to add, and we can't resist because it goes together perfectly, and we think you guys are awesome and deserve the best. So I'm going to get into that more in upcoming videos. Now there's something else I want to talk to you about, which I'm pretty excited about. So up until now, we always use the Prusa printers. They're a wonderful printer. I think they're top of the line. I think they're great. But at about $1,000, it's not for everybody. We have a lot of followers that don't have a 3D printer yet. And I know that a lot of you really, really want one, but that is just not in your budget. And I totally understand, because if it wasn't for a business expense, I would not even be able to afford that. So, with new printers that come out and new technology all the time, they get better and better and better. And we found one that has such great reviews that we decided to add it to our studio, and that's a Creality Ender 3. So I just ordered one on Amazon, and if you have Prime, you will have that printer in your home in 2 days, which is exactly what I did, and I have it sitting on my floor, ready to be assembled soon. So I decided that for my followers, I'm going to make a video series right from the unboxing of the Ender to all of the troubleshooting that you might encounter, that I will encounter. I'm going to do videos of using slicers and any problems that you might occur while trying to get this thing to work. So the nice thing about this is that I am a totally regular person. I'm not a technological person. I am not anyone special when it comes to assembling or using a printer. I am your everyday person. So if you want to watch a video series of someone using this printer on a daily basis, like you might use it in your own home, then this series will be for you. And I welcome your input and your questions and anything you want to see me do with this printer. I will try to make a video about it so I can help you print Rocket Pig Games terrain and miniatures. So this printer is so great that it's going to make printing your terrain and your miniatures a dream. It prints miniatures beautifully, like a top-of-the-line printer would. The only thing that could be better would be printing it in resin, and I have seen people print miniatures with the Ender 3 that even rival that. They look just as good. So I'm really excited to get this going and to bring this video series to you, and I hope that you will join me on the journey and incorporate Rocket Pig Games, Tilescape, and Stouthearted Heroes products into your tabletop game.